King Charles's younger brother, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, was released from police custody on Thursday evening after being arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office over allegations he sent confidential government documents to Jeffrey Epstein. He was captured in this Reuters photograph, seated inside a car, appearing visibly shaken. Mountbatten-Windsor had been questioned all day by detectives from Thames Valley Police. They later said an arrested man had been released under investigation.
So let's go from Buckingham Palace now to Sandringham, and we're joined now by News Corp's Europe correspondent and Sky News contributor Sophie Ellsworth for all the latest. So since that report by Rhiannon, we've got this extra news now that he's been released from police custody and the investigation continues. So that's part of his conditions, Sophie. Are you able to elaborate on anything more that we might know about what the conditions are?
So, Pete, this has only happened in the last hour or so. So we have limited details from Thames Valley Police on the latest update involving this investigation. But those pictures have now been beamed around the world, Pete, of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. We can see on camera there sitting in the back seat of a four-wheel drive, it looks like, looking quite startled, sort of resting back. Now, we've got to remember he's been, in police custody since this morning. He was arrested about 10 a.m. this morning. This is just extraordinary, Pete, that we have one of the most senior members of the royal family all day in police questioning here in Norfolk. This has absolutely shocked the British public. It's shocked the monarchy. And the world is just coming to terms with what some here in Britain have deemed the biggest scandal to hit the royal family since the abdication in 1936.
So what happens now, Sophie? Are we any clearer as to what happens now that he's been released?
So, as I said, Pete, we're waiting on more detail of what his conditions are relating to his release, whether he is released on bail. We don't know the exact details. We just know that the investigation is ongoing. But there are questions being raised. Perhaps this is only the beginning of the police investigation, because we know he has been was arrested today in relation to suspicion of alleged misconduct in public office. But Pete, now many questions are being asked if there will be further action taken in relation to allegations of sexual misconduct. Now, I must stress Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has always denied any wrongdoing in relation to any of his associations with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, and look, it's vague, this statement that we've got from Thames Valley Police, and I'll read it again, Sophie, that we've just received. So this came after Andrew was released. The arrested man has now been released under investigation. So presumably police carry on with their work. while Andrew goes back home. And that's it. We've got no more details on that. They're only saying that searches in Norfolk have concluded, and searches in Berkshire, it's a little closer to London, they're still ongoing. But where you are, I mean, how much activity? We're getting into the early to late evening, Sophie. How much interest is there where you are? Presumably a lot.
There's a lot of media here, Pete, that have descended on Norfolk to Wood Farm, because obviously we know now, there was talk earlier that the former prince may have been in Oxford for questioning. We now know he was in Norfolk being questioned all day long. But there is a huge amount of press that has descended here to Sandringham Estate to try and capture any images of him. You know, the media have been waiting hours to see when he would arrive back from police questioning. Many were wondering, would he be held overnight? But Pete, we must remind viewers too, today is the former prince's 66th birthday. There were certainly no celebrations for him today. I mean, we saw police arriving at Wood Farm just after 8 a.m. He probably hadn't even eaten his breakfast, and police are knocking on his front door. This is a massive scandal that is gripping the British monarchy, and now the world is waiting to see whether the king will address the public.
Well, some sympathy. I mean, plenty of sympathy for the king too, while he's dealing with all of this. It's his brother that we're talking about at the end of the day.
Well, it is, Pete, but there has been a lot of criticism here in the British press that the king did not act swiftly enough in dealing with his brother. This scandal has been engulfing the royal family for some time. It was only in October that he stripped him of his royal titles and told him to pack his suitcases and get out of Royal Lodge. Now, he has gone, Pete, from a 30-room Royal Lodge mansion at Windsor Estate to a police station in Norfolk, being held there today. Presumably, he was held in a cell for some period. He can't be treated any differently than a member of the public. I mean, this is a massive fall from grace for this prince. But as we say, he has not been charged yet, and there'll be more to come on this undoubtedly, Pete. But the royal family are rocked by this.
Well, I mean, and just according to the statement that came from the king couple of hours ago now, it's business as usual. They're going to continue with that as we take this live picture of Buckingham Palace at the moment. And, you know, he's been heckled. We've seen these pictures now where he's been heckled by the public when he's been going on his public walkabouts. That's going to continue, no doubt.
Well, Pete, this is the thing. I mean, every time they come out into the royals come out into the public, they are going to expect more of this, because now we know that his brother was arrested. And we saw today the Queen at an event. People were yelling at her as well. I mean, this is just the beginning of it, because finally, I imagine a lot of the British public will be saying, finally, police have taken action, because there has been criticism here that they have not acted quick enough on this, as the allegations, and I must stress, their allegations keep mounting up in relation to Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's alleged misconduct while he was the UK's trade envoy.
Yeah, no doubt they're also taking the police's lead on these things too, and the king has now said, yeah, we're fully cooperating and all of that, but we'll see where it all ends up. Sophie, thank you so much. We'll chat to you again soon.